The grades are in, class is in session, Phil Murphy here, and we are all ready for the LCS to start January 26th. But before that, Emily Rand has a few grades to pass out. Emily, jumping right into it, it seems the most hyped acquisition of the LCS offseason was Bang for 100 Thieves. Do you feel the same way, or is there another pickup you're excited about?
So when I look at this 100 Thieves lineup, having Bang is really exciting, but actually what I really like are two things. One, they retained Onda, who, as 100 Thieves were receiving a lot of criticism for their Worlds performance, I actually thought Onda performed quite well. So I'm glad to see him still on this lineup. And then you also have the CLG slight reunion tour in Huhi coming onto the lineup and reuniting with Afromu. I think Huhi has been kind of panned at times a bit unfairly by the NA community, so I really want to see what he can do with such presumably strong side lanes on this 100T lineup, because when we look at his play style, it's really about pushing up mid and then trying to affect those side lanes or affect the rest of the map. And if he can pull that off, that'll not only help, again, strong side lanes in Bang and then someday in the top, but it'll also help Onda in his jungling.
All right, Emily, other side of that same coin, with all these offseason moves, which pickup were you least impressed by?
So I actually really love this player, and I feel bad saying this because he is a great interview and he is just a fascinating human. Like, if you ever read an interview with Crown, he is really astute and self-aware, and he talks about his struggles to kind of become the best, and also even reaching the world championship and looking around and kind of finding it a bit empty. It's really great. You should go and read some of those interviews, but I think the pickup of Crown, especially after his world championship performance, is a bit of a question mark in my opinion. And I feel bad saying that, again, because I really like him as a player and I think he's a really interesting person, but I don't think he'll ever be able to regain what we saw from him on that Samsung Galaxy lineup a few years ago.
Okay, I can tell the topic makes you a little uncomfortable, so let's shift gears.
I like him. I just don't think the pickup is good.
We can shift gears. We can talk about Echo Fox for a little bit, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure.
Rush, a top-tier jungler, and Phoenix, a middle-of-the-road mid laner, both joined Rick Fox's org. Do you think people are sleeping on that duo?
I think it's interesting. I think Phoenix is really good at holding mid lane, right? He's known for being a really strong laner. And in my opinion, mid lane is a super important position. It's still the most important position on the map. So if he can provide a lot of stability in the mid lane, I actually think that this Echo Fox roster could make some noise. The issue is that, again, we do have a lot of rosters at the top that are looking really good. And the problem is that in order to kind of make your way up, you do have to try and take games from some of those more significant lineups like, TL, C9 is always a threat. People are talking about the new TSM with Broken Blade. It's going to be difficult for them to take those games off of the top rosters, I think.
Emily, we appreciate so much the time and insight. We'll check in with you a lot more throughout the season, I am sure. And for more League of Legends coverage in the interim, keep it locked right here on ESPN.com/esports.